What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video I am bringing a very spicy, strong team that you guys could potentially use in the Retro Cup. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have been seeing a lot of Defense Form Deoxys, Lickitung, Greedent, Medicham, Muse, Oranguru, Walrein, Trevenant. The meta has been super dense, especially around the veteran rank. So I decided to go with double bugs, specifically Gyarados and Galvantula. They both have Lunge, and it's extremely strong in this meta. Let me know what you guys think about this team, and let's get right into it. All right, getting into game one here, we have Oranguru on the lead versus Defense Form Deoxys. Not the best lead for us, so we're going to go ahead and swap right away into Galvantula. Now, this baits them to stay in because they do have access to Rock Slide most likely, but thankfully I can get to Lunge so quickly, and Lunge here is going to be doing super effective damage while also lowering that attack. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. Clearly, they might be weak in the back to Galvantula, so we'll have to see, but we do stop that Psycho Boost, and they decide to bring in a Greedent. This is literally par for the course, what I have been seeing in the veteran range. So specifically 2400 to 2600 has been literally Greedent, Lickitung, Defense Form Deoxys, or Lickitung, Medicham, and Defense Form Deoxys. It's been on all the teams, and this team can shred them apart because of Lunge, the just raw neutral or super effective damage. So we're going to go ahead and give up a shield right here. I really want to put pressure on this Greedent, so let's see what we can do. We're going to go ahead and go for another Lunge, and then we're going to look to swap out back into Oranguru, especially since we got a shield right there. Now, they do decide to throw the charge move, which is fine. If this is crunch, so be it, but I might have just caught a body slam, and we did. That's beautiful right there. Now, they decide to come in with Medicham. So, again, Defense Form Deoxys, Medicham, and Greedent, but the thing about Oranguru is it can shred through Medicham as well. Medicham has to go for Ice Punches right here for neutral damage, while we still have access to Foul Play and Confusion. Now, I could go for Future Sight, but I don't want to risk it getting shielded. I'd rather try to get to 2 Foul Plays, and we do get a shield right there, so we're going to go ahead and try to get to this next one, and we do get to it in time. This is so much chip damage that we absolutely need in this matchup. Now, knowing they do have Ice Punch, I'm going to bank on them thinking I'm coming in with Galvantula, so I will come in with Gyarados and pray for them to blind throw. Why? If they throw a Psychic right here, I'm done. It was an Ice Punch, so I banked on that play from them, and I'm going to go ahead and swap to try to catch the charge move, and they swap at the exact same time into Greedent. This now gives us a huge win condition. Think about what is left. Medicham with a charge move, Psychic, and Defense Form Deoxys with the charge move, Psycho Boost. So what are we going to do? We are going to fully farm down and go for back-to-back lunges here in this battle. And you guys are going to see Gyarados sweep teams today. It was so much fun to use. So we're going to go ahead and go for the double lunge now, as it does neutral or super effective depending on which Pokemon came in right here. It is going to be the Medicham, so that's gone. And Defense Form Deoxys as well is relatively low because of the lunge that landed earlier in the battle. So it is going to be taking it out right here. Boom. See a Defense Form Deoxys. Gyarados honestly performed extremely well today for me. So, good game. Let's go ahead and get in the next one. We got Frostlass on the lead right here. I'll stay in with Oranguru, and they're actually going to decide to swap into Oranguru, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Galvantula. You can't bring Gyarados into this matchup. Think of that poison typing, right? So we're going to go ahead and go for Lunge right away. This is super effective damage, and honestly, Galvantula can go toe-to-toe here with the Oranguru. As you guys can see, that did so much damage, so I will give up a shield right here. And I'm going to go ahead and farm down with Volt Switch because I should have quite a bit of energy on the backside for that Frostlass that decides to probably come back in. And we'll have to see what their final Pokemon is actually going to be. So let's see what decides to come in. It is going to be the Frostlass, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Discharge right here. I'm trying to apply pressure to that health. Knowing that Confusion can do so much neutral damage, we need to get some health, and we do get it right there. So now if I can make it to another charge move, which we do, we're going to go for the Lunge here. This is still going to apply a lot of shield pressure, and I want that attack debuff, and we get just that. So this is a perfect setup for us now. We're going to come in with Oranguru. They swap to Vigoroth, so we're going to go ahead and come in with the Gyarados. Now, I don't have Cross Poison on my Gyarados. Why is that? There's no fairies in this meta, something that we need Cross Poison for. So instead, I have Mega Horn to surprise people with the neutral damage. They do not suspect it. They are probably assuming Lunge and Cross Poison. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Mega Horn. Boom! boom, nearly one-shots the Vigoroth. Gyarados today, I'm telling you guys, I preached it in game 1. I'm going to preach it again in game 2. This thing is going to pop off today. So we're going to go ahead and just try to farm down, and we simultaneously KO. That's fine by me. Oranguru right here with Confusion is going to be able to close this game out, as they cannot get to 3 avalanches in order to take me out. I do have a shield to stop 1, and in order to take out Oranguru, they're going to need 2 more avalanches, as it doesn't do that much neutral damage to one shot from this health range. So that's going to be a good battle, very well played, but ultimately, I think the Galvantula right there in the mid game was what really won it for me, coming out with positive energy, able to get off multiple charge moves. All right, next game we got Oranguru versus Lickitung. I'm telling you, it's going to be double Psychic in the back. Watch. They're going to go ahead and swap into Defense Form Deoxys. Yep, here comes the Gyarados right here. So what we're going to do here is go for Lunge straight away. If they happen to get off a charge move that I decide not to shield at some point, I want to make sure that I can survive it. Remember, lowering that attack here, we're going to be taking super effective damage from Psycho Boost and Rock Slide. So I'm going to go ahead and shield, and they did decide to go for the Rock Slide, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and go for the lunge right away. I really want to put shield pressure on them, because what's likely going to happen here is they might be weak in the back to Gyarados. So they decide to let the Defense Form Deoxys go. That's fine by me. They're probably going to come back in with Lickitung right here. And this is where we can go for the Mega Horn. Lickitung is going to have to take us out with a charge move. They're going to have to throw 2 Body Slams in order to take us out. And by that time, I should be able to get to a Mega Horn and a Lunge. So let's see if we can pull it off. We're going to go ahead and load up on energy. Go straight for the Mega Horn. You guys saw what it did to Vigoroth. Let's see what it does to the Lickitung right here. Boom! Well, okay, that wasn't a boom. That did a decent amount of damage, and we should be able to get to the lunge in time, and we do. This look to be a CMP tie. So we will potentially get a shield right here from my opponent. Nope, they decided to let it go, but we do get that debuff, which is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and let this go. And we're going to hope that Galvantula can sweep the back line right here. So we're going to go ahead and come in with it right away and get ahead on energy. And sure enough, it is a Medicham in the back. So we can just go straight for lunge in this situation. It's going to do neutral damage. And as long as we're applying that debuff, we should be able to win this game very nicely right here, as they're deciding to let these charge moves go through. Perfectly fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and shield the first charge move, as it is going to be the Ice Punches, but it's the move that's going to do the most damage, because after 2 lunges, it's really a good game, very well played. So we're going to go ahead and do the second lunge here, and then swap into Oranguru now to just Confusion down, because at this point, Ice Punch now is going to be doing no damage, and a Psychic is going to be resisted, right? So this just solidifies our win condition right here, as they are not going to be able to take us out, and then Lickitung is the final Pokemon, and Oranguru is just going to farm that down. That's going to be a good battle, very well played. All right, moving into the next battle, we have white screen. We got Altaria here on the lead. So we're going to go ahead and stay in this matchup. I think we can apply a lot of neutral damage here with Future Sight. And seeing the Altaria on the lead, I'm not too fearful about other stuff in the back, because I feel like it's going to be fighters or something to take out Walrein. And we do see a swap out into Greedent. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Future Sight right here to apply as much neutral damage as we can. Oh my God. It's just so much raw damage coming from Oranguru. If you guys haven't invested in it already, you guys definitely should. So we're going to go ahead, let this Body Slam go through. It is going to hurt, but we're just going to try our best to commit to the hard farm down right here and give up 1 shield in this situation. Seeing that Altaria is going to be taking neutral damage from Discharge and Volt Switch, we should be able to fully farm down. We have 2 charge moves locked and loaded. So let's see what they decide to do. If they come back in with Altaria, it might be a slight tell that they are weak in the back to Galvantula. It doesn't have to be, right? It could just be XL Lickitung back there. And they decide to shield as well, so we're going to go ahead and go for another Discharge. That would have been a great time to throw a lunge, but I was thinking they're probably not going to be shielding on the first one. And so we do get the second one right there. We're going to try our best to get the third, and we get it. Oh, this is just clutch. We get the lunge off as well to force that final shield, and they decide to let it go. And the final Pokemon is going to be Walrein, so we're going to come in right away with Gyarados. So this is Gyarados versus Walrein. We will be giving up a shield on the first charge move here. Even though it is Icicle Spear and not an Earthquake, the lunge now is going to be lowering that attack so we can survive the next charge move, right? So we're going to go ahead and throw the lunge. They're going to have to go straight for Earthquake right here, which means I have time to get to 2 lunges. And since Earthquake is neutral damage because of our poison bug typing, we might just be able to survive right here. So we did get 2 lunges off. Let's see if we can survive the Earthquake. Do you think we can? Let's find out. It's going to be the Earthquake. Yeah, Gyarados tanks it like an absolute boss. We're going to be able to get to the another lunge in time, and then we're going to swap out into Oranguru to close it out with Confusion, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So Gyarados right there, just showing how strong it is. All right. Moving into the next one, we have Oranguru on the lead versus Drifblim. Okay, I'll take this matchup right here, pretty positive, as Confusion is going to be doing neutral damage. And we will likely see them potentially swap out, maybe after an Icy Wind debuff. But honestly, yeah, they decide to swap out into Medicham. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out now into the Gyarados right here. And they decided to throw the charge move right away. This is clearly not going to be a Psychic, so I do not need to worry. No need to give up a shield either because Ice Punch is not going to do that much damage. And we are going to go ahead and just go, I'm going to go straight for Mega Horn right here. Why not? Send it, Gyarados. Absolutely demolish the Medicham. Yeah, it lands. That is beautiful. Now we can fully farm down right here, and I will give up a shield in this situation because they do have enough energy for Psychic. And we want to maintain positive switch advantage just in case what they have in the back. We don't know what it is, but it might be another fighter considering their lineup so far. So let's see what decides to come in. It is going to be Primeape. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and go for lunges. They are resisted, but it still does a lot of damage, and we really want to lower that attack. Look at that chip damage. That's not too bad right there, if I do say so myself. We're going to go ahead and go for another lunge, but they do get to a charge move in time. Night Slash, we should be able to survive right here. Which we do, and we're going to go for another lunge. Now, I don't want them to farm me down for energy, so I will be swapping out right away into Galvantula right here to force out the Drifblim because they might blind swap, and they didn't really blind swap right there, but they really don't have an answer other than a Shadow Ball landing, which I am fine with because it doesn't do that, or it does do a lot of damage. I shouldn't say it doesn't do that much damage. That did like 90% of my health. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the lunge right here to force the final shield. And Oranguru already has loaded energy, so we're just going to go for the Foul Play to take out the Drifblim, and then we should be able to Confusion down the Primeape, and that is going to be a good battle. Look at the Confusion damage. It's just so much. Oranguru. I showed you guys in 2 of my team building videos utilizing Oranguru. I showed you guys in a battle video on Thursday with Oranguru. I mean, this thing is so good. So good battle, very well played. All right. Moving into the next one, we have Oranguru on the lead versus Magcargo. Okay, so clearly I need to take out this Magcargo here on the lead, especially since it's Rock Throw. This thing would absolutely obliterate my backline, and I'm hoping my opponent doesn't realize that I have Double Bug. I mean, when I did these battles, obviously Double Bug was not a meta lineup at all. So I'm just banking on them not even knowing I have Double Bug in the back. Otherwise, if they double shield this Magcargo, I'm probably just going to get obliterated here. So I'm going to go ahead and shield the Rock Tomb. My attack does drop, which is unfortunate. I'm going to have to go for Foul Play now. This is honestly not going to do too much damage, but any extra damage is going to be welcomed right here. So they do let it through. That's fine by me. I'm just going to commit to the Confusion down. And we get it with 1 HP in a Dream. I'm going to swap out instantly, banking my Foul Play. And we do see a Primeape come in, so now a Frostlass is going to be swapping into my Galvantula right here. And we can load up 2 double discharges in order to basically nearly take out Frostlass. 1 discharge is not going to be enough to take it out, as it does do neutral damage. But we should at least be able to get a shield and get it extremely low for our Gyarados to come in and farm down. So there's 1. We're going to go ahead and go for the second right here. And they're going to have to throw an Avalanche in order to take me out, because otherwise I will 1-tap them with a Volt Switch. So they do decide to throw right there, which is a good call by them. But honestly, that much health right there is a perfect amount for Gyarados with Poison Sting right here to come in and farm down, because it is resisted, but they are low enough. So we will see the Primeape come in. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Mega Horn here for resisted damage. And then remember, we banked that foul play there on Oranguru. We're going to go ahead and so much damage. We're going to swap out and go for the foul play. So 2 resisted charge moves. But ultimately, Primeape is pretty glassy, so it's going to be enough damage to take it out. And that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Alright, moving into the next one, we got Oranguru on the lead versus Defense Form Deoxys. Okay, another lead I do not like to see, so I'm going to swap out right away. And we do go into the Galvantula, and they are again deciding to stay in. And we tried to go for the lunge right there, but we weren't able to make it. So we're going to go ahead and shield the charge move, and it is going to be the Psycho Boost. Now, they decide to swap out right on my charge move, but they swapped out into Greedent. So, hard reading this team as Defense Form Deoxys, Lickitung, and Greedent. So, I really want to maintain switch advantage right here as best as I can. So, I'm going to go ahead and go for double lunge right away. Put as much pressure on this Greedent as possible while lowering that attack. And I like how it, did you guys see the charge move? It kind of farts out candy in the back. I don't know if you guys saw that. Maybe rewind it and pause it. But when a charge move lands, it farts out candy. We're going to go ahead and farm down. We will give up our final shield right here as well to stop the body slam because I want to maintain switch advantage, and it doesn't matter if they still have 2 shields. The raw lunge debuffs right here are going to be critical in this game. So we're going to go ahead and go for lunge. They decided to come back in with Defense Form Deoxys, which is fine by me. This lunge right here is going to be forcing a shield from them, and then we will go for another one, but I'm going to decide to swap to catch the charge move knowing they did have Psycho Boost. So this is actually going to be heavily resisted right here, and that's a huge catch, which is also going to force them out because Psycho Boost lowers their own attack plus the lunge. There's no way they're going to stay in, and in this matchup against Lickitung, you guys have seen this multiple times now where Oranguru can just shred through XL Lickitung with Confusion and Future Sight. So we're going to do just that. We're going to go straight for the Future Sight right here. Our Ariados is going to close this game out very nicely against the Defense Form Deoxys as we do land it right there. And we're just going to farm down. Why not? They're going to go ahead and try to go for another Body Slam. If this is Power Whip, actually, it might just be enough damage to take us out. And it is Power Whip, but not enough. Unfortunately, I will be able to Confusion down. And I'm going to swap out right away into... No, I don't get the swap. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and come in with Ariados right here. And then I need to catch the charge move on Galvantula. That's our win con. So we're going to go ahead and come in, load up on some energy, and then swap. Oh, I decided to go for the lunge right away first. I think this might have been a CMP tie, so this is going to force the shield, but let's see. No, they decided to let it go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and swap now to catch the charge move, and they are forced to throw. But either way, it's going to be a good game. 2 Psycho Boosts with the lunge debuff I don't think would have been enough for them to take out my Ariados, and that is going to be, as you guys are going to see, it's going to be a good battle right there. So again, this team, super fun to use, very strong if you guys are facing those more meta lines with lots of normals and psychics. Alright, another defense, this is literally all I saw. Defense Form Deoxys, we both swapped right away, but they swap into a Oranguru at the exact same time, and obviously I'm going to be winning this mid-game matchup like we saw earlier, especially with these lunge debuffs. So we're going to take it. We do get a shield right there, and they're going to go ahead and try to go for a foul play now, which is fine by me. I will give up a shield here and go for one more lunge. Now, if they give up 2 shields, I will actually consider I should have gone for the lunge right away. I will consider not taking switch and just get massive energy with Ariados or Oranguru. So they do decide to go for 2 shields, which is fine. I actually might be able to get to another lunge. Yeah, I'm just deciding to let this go and go ahead and come in with my own Oranguru and load up on some energy because I'm reading Lickitung or Greedent in the back in Defense Form Deoxys. They decide to swap in Defense Form Deoxys, so they locked it in here against my Ariados. And what we're going to do here is just overload on energy. I will give up a shield, but we're going to try to load up as much energy as physically possible and then go for the Mega Horn. As you guys are going to see, this is going to be the biggest boom of this video, so we go ahead and go for the Mega Horn right here. Oh, this is so satisfying. This is Defense Form Deoxys. Are you guys ready? Boom! 1 shot to the Defense Form Deoxys. And we will see Oranguru try to come back in. We're going to go for the lunge right away. Remember, we still have our own Oranguru, and we have an Ariados locked and loaded. So Oranguru goes down, and they decide to bring in Greedent, and it's going to be a good battle. Very well played. Really fun team right here. Again, if you guys are seeing lots of normals and psychics like I have been with Medicham, Defense Form Deoxys, Lickitung, Greedent, this team just shreds that apart, and it does really well in the meta. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.